begin with a story about an angelic encounter in my life. I've had 3 of them, and they were very significant. The first one that I'm going to tell you about is recorded in our autobiography, which is called Unlikely, and I really go into detail about what happened in that angelic encounter. But toward the end of my years at the university, I was in a period where I was praying and fasting and really seeking God for direction for the next phase of my life. And one day, I was in my apartment at the university by myself. I was tired, so I decided that I would lay down on the couch and take a little nap. I reached up and I turned off the lamp and laid down with my head on the pillow, but I couldn't go to sleep because I felt a presence in the room. Then finally I sat up and I began to look around the room to see if there was somebody in the room with me, and then suddenly, just a few feet away from me, a man materialized in the room right in front of me. And when I say he materialized, I mean I saw the form begin to take shape. It began to be more dense and more dense until finally a man was standing in front of me. I remember looking at this man thinking, who is this man? And he answered me. But I never opened my mouth to ask a question. I just thought, who is this man? Now you may ask, were you afraid? No, I wasn't, because there was an amazing peace which came with this experience. And I thought, who is this man? And he answered me and said, I'm a man from the presence of the Lord. And I understood this was an angel. I'll never forget looking into his face, particularly his eyes. His eyes were a blue like I've never seen, and it looked like I could look into his eyes forever. There was such a depth, and in his eyes there was such a serenity and a tranquility. And I began to wonder, why is he here? And he answered me. It was nonverbal communication. I thought a thought, he received it. He thought a thought, and I received it. It was nonverbal communication. And I thought, why is he here? And he said, I have come to deliver a message from the throne of God. And suddenly he held his hands up in front of him, almost like he was holding a parchment. And I understood he was holding some kind of a spiritual message. The message left his hands and it entered into my chest and it filled me. And it was the words of 1 Peter chapter 1.